welcome back. I was doing a bunch of stuff yesterday, playing this game. So I got the magic meter, and I got an extra bottle, and I got some arrows. I did all the extra fairy stuff. That's fun. I did that with Metroid too. These games are fun to just play. I don't want to do that stuff while I'm recording, because then it'll take 8 times as long to finish. And I got some more map spaces. Wait, I gotta go this way. I was gonna try to. I've been Bible stuff today, but it's kind of heavy for the first day. I don't know. I was talking about. I have a little note the Senate. I don't know how to say it. Senate pro tempore. Whenever I read that in my head, I always would say tempura, and that's what I said. Last week, I said Senate pro tempora. It's good I get to practice talking it, because it would be embarrassing if I said that to somebody. I made a little joke in the description, I am pro tempura, chicken tempura. But that's not how you say it. I want to get this fish. I've been getting all the fishies. Anyway, my throat kind of hurt today. That's never really happened. So we'll see how long I can do this. I think it's just allergies. But I never got COVID, so... Oh no. That's the right place, right? I'm in the right place. Okay, this Bible stuff might take up all 7 days. Who knows? Because I've just been reading Wikipedia while I'm at work. I have no work to do. And what I do is I feel kind of bad going on the internet, but I just think if my boss was looking through my search history, would they be like, "Ugh, I gotta fire you for this," or would they be like, "Oh, he's just on Wikipedia. Who cares? He's on AP, NPR. He Googled about the Nets, and he just looked at the scores. It's not that bad. It's not good, but." I forget this. Oh, there's someone shooting at me. Quick. So I've just been on Wikipedia every day, and I've just been reading about the Bible, because I've been reading the Bible, and I feel like I'm not getting. I want to learn more about the history, and I feel like it goes by quick in the Bible, so I'm just reading. I'm reading the Old Testament, all of it, all the way through. I don't think I've ever read it all the way through, but I'm gonna try to do that. So I've talked enough about the morality of the Old Testament, and I've gotten to the point where I'm I'm not getting my morality from this book, so. But the thing that I like about it is the history. It's cool to read about the history of Israel and stuff, and then to read the Wikipedia articles to supplement your learning. I need this. Where's my friend? I need that little guy. Oh no. I just get the full magic meter? So yeah, I feel like I didn't do a good job explaining that. Let's start with the first interesting thing that I was reading on Wikipedia. Noah had 3 sons. It might be good to open up these Wikipedia articles just to like make sure I get it right. The thing I like about Wikipedia is I know it's not always the best source for everything, but they'll always say like, oh, there are multiple competing theories, and we get this source gives us this information, but we don't really know. I like that kind of stuff. So I trust Wikipedia. They seem like well, some of this stuff is just like what we know. That's it. It's the open source encyclopedia. It's pretty cool. This Wikipedia thing's pretty cool, guys. Am I the first one to know that? I need to explore this room, I think. I can look at my map. So Noah had 3 sons. Obviously, the story of Noah is there was a big flood and literally everybody on earth died. God killed everybody except for Noah and his family. So I don't know why I never really thought about this, but I thought about it like this, but when I was reading the Wikipedia article, they made it really interesting, like with the lineage of everything. And it's interesting that I think that's interesting because when they do it in the Bible, I'm like, this is dumb. I don't like lineage stuff. But on Wikipedia, it's like, ooh, this is weird and cool. No. Shoot. Where does that bring me? I think I have a pimple here. I got a big one here. But you can't really see it. Noah had 3 sons, and those 3 sons are the fathers of all the people on the earth. Like, that's the idea. So when you're reading the Bible, you always hear about these Canaanites, like, oh, these Canaanites are so evil, and they're kind of like the main antagonist through the first. They're like Moses' antagonists and Joshua's antagonists. They're the people who live in the promised land. Canaan is the promised land, pretty much. Don't do it again, don't do it again. Just get off of me. Get off of me. I never really thought about, like, well, you always hear about, oh, it's a promised land, and then Moses wasn't allowed to go in the promised land or whatever. I keep going back, when I'm doing this, I keep going back and forth, like, should I just give a summary of all the Old Testament stuff, or should I just talk about with my notes? Should I do a quick summary? Do I have time? I feel like that's bad, because I only have like 4 minutes left, and I didn't do anything today. Let's just talk about Noah today. Today's going to be about Noah, that's the topic. Then tomorrow I might just do a whole summary. So Noah had 3 sons, and there's a story about Noah. One of his sons saw him naked when he was drunk, and so Noah cursed him. And that son, his name was Shem. Right? No. One of the sons. Was it Ham? I forget. I'll look it up later at the end of the episode. But, so Noah curses Shem, and Shem's son is Ham, I think, and that's where you get the Curse of Ham from, which is in the Civil War. I'm gonna kill this stupid thing. They used the Curse of Ham to justify slavery, blah blah blah. Okay. So the three sons kind of... Canaan. Let's talk about Canaan. Canaan is the grandson of... He's one of the descendants of Shem, which is the one who gets cursed. And so that's where the Canaanites come from. That's where Canaan comes from. Canaan is an area... Was the area... It's like what today is Israel. The Canaanites live there. And Moses, once they go out of Egypt, once they get out of slavery, they're like wandering around. And God's like, I'm going to give you the promised land. And eventually, they're not allowed to go in the promised land for 40 years because... I forget... I don't know what I'm doing. I hate this. The final boss should just be that hand. And so after 40 years, Moses dies, and God lets Moses see the promised land, but then Moses dies, and then Joshua takes over for Moses. I'm just going to stop there and focus and talk. I haven't done this in a while. And it's just cool because the Canaanites in this whole mythology canonically are sons of Noah, but the Israelites are also sons of one of Noah's sons. So it's like the Israelites, they get taken into Egypt, and then they like get separated from Canaan, and then Canaan starts worshiping false idols, and then Moses, once come out, they like start fighting the Canaanites. The Philistines are also a descendant of Canaan, Noah's sons. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, so Ham is the one that gets cursed, right? Shem is the good one. Shem is the father of the Hebrews, I think. Generations of Noah. This is just go on Wikipedia and look Generations of Noah. It's really cool. Like there's this map of like Shem, Ham. Where's Ham? Ham is in Africa. So that's where this idea of like, oh, the curse of Ham, the descendants of Ham are kind of in this mythology, like they moved to Africa. And then Shem is like the peninsula, and then Ham is up north, like Greece. Shem, Ham, does it have the Table of Nations? This is so, I was just reading this all day and it's so cool. So one of Shem's sons is named Eber, right? Abraham, the patriarch of the Hebrews and Arabs, was one of the descendants of Arphaxad, which was a son of Shem. So that's why the Israelites come from Abraham. Also, the Muslims come from Abraham, but they supposedly, like, this is all just mythological stuff. Like, none of this is really, there's no way to know if any of it's true, but it's just cool to think, like, this is what the Hebrew people came up with for their culture and their history. It's really cool. Abraham had two sons, Isaac and Ishmael, and the Ishmaelites were kind of like where the Muslims come from, and Israelites come from Isaac. His son was Joseph, I think, who renamed himself Israel or something. And Shem's grandson is named Eber, and it's possible that that's where we get the word Hebrew from. And it's cool. All the names in the Bible, like the Edomites and the Midianites and the Ishmaelites and the Israelites and the Asherites, they all descend from like these people. So whenever you hear like, oh, Moses killed the Midianites, it's like it's one of these families. They just, all these families, it's so weird. It's like they have this idea of this lineage of like these patriarchs, and like we're the Ishmaelites and we're the Midianites, we're the Israelites. They come from people. They're like, those are our... That one guy birthed all of us. I guess it's easier to do that back then because they had like 70 kids. Like not Abraham, but like, I guess this Moab guy had like 100 kids. So then they're like, we're the Moabites. we're a whole nation. He birthed a whole nation. We're not just a family, like because then 2 generations, you already have like 10,000 people. So you gotta be like, we're the Moabites. Did I talk enough about that? Way too much, sorry. Okay, yeah. And then I'll do like a little summary tomorrow, maybe. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Samuel, Kings, Chronicles. Bye.